Papa and Boy.
The television special.
We now go to the living room of Smoking Papa, as his son, non-smoking boy, approaches him to ask an important question.
Papa, can we open the window? I just wanted to talk to you about something.
Can't open the window.
Please,
It's chilly in here, boy.
Yeah, but there's so much smoke.
This is my TV layer.
Do you have to smoke inside?
You know, you used to be able to smoke inside restaurants, boy. Why don't you just come and sit down and have a smoke with your old man and watch some TV?
No, I don't want to watch TV.
Come on. I'm getting older every day.
Oh, you're really going to guilt me with the you're getting older every day thing?
Eventually I'm gonna die.
I'm going to wish that I was there to watch TV with you once you're gone.
Yeah, there's good stuff on, man. Come.
I wanted to ask you a question,
wanna smoke?
actually. No. No, Papa. I don't want to smoke.
I had to ask.
I want to talk to you. And actually, this whole smoking thing, it's kind of in line with it. Can we turn the TV off, actually?
I'll turn it down. I'll turn it down.
That's not...
Okay, I'll
not
turn
that
down the
much
TV more. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just don't want to miss it if there's a commercial for a new product I'm not yet aware of. You want some chips, some pop?
No, I don't.
I'm a Papa Soda-holic myself.
Do you have any diet?
I think there's one back there. Yeah, just dig around.
Full sugar, full sugar, full sugar.
I just take the full...
wait, right at the back. There's a diet.
I was going to say take the full sugar at that point.
You know how hyper it makes me, and then I can't sleep.
That stuff is not good for your gut.
Maybe I'll crack 2 and do a half and half.
That's my boy. Open as many sodas as you can.
There's just something that's been bothering me. I sometimes...
Sorry, boy, can I stop you there? Can we just watch this for a
Oh,
minute?
Papa, no, I don't want to...
It's nice to spend time with you, boy. Let's watch this TV together. Shh. It's starting. Welcome back to World Patriarch News. Our top story tonight, boys have begun chanting ominously in schoolyards across our great nation. The songs of boys, typically known to be cheery, upbeat, and delightful, have taken a dark turn recently, exploring themes of impending doom, cataclysm, oiling of the oceans, the earth opening up and swallowing humankind. And I have to say, as a Papa, it's concerning.
It's spooky. When I go to school now to pick up my boy, I have to cover his ears as we sort of rush through the playground so he doesn't hear all these terrifying chants. Honestly, I feel like I've walked onto the set of a horror movie. You know, when we were boys, we were chanting about our spinny hats, our lollipops,
candy,
getting milkshakes, exactly.
Wanting a puppy dog.
Oh, that was one of my favorites. Yeah.
You don't hear kids singing chants about that anymore. You hear chants about oceans overrunning the cities and people burning alive in their homes and being tortured by scarcity. And it's depressing. Us Papas
honestly,
need that upbeat chorus of boys to keep us going.
Yeah, it really does ruin the mood. And despite some narratives that the boys are just responding to crises in our society, actually, boy psychologists are saying that these boys are just misbehaving.
That's right.
They need punishment, they need discipline, and we as Papas need to put a stop to it.
Yeah, these chants are no laughing matter. They can be a serious sign of villainy or subversion. So experts are recommending that you report your boy to your local Fatherson Protectorate military detention office.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to be so sure that my boy wasn't participating in these chants that I placed a small microphone on him so I could record him all day, just
brilliant.
in case he lies to me, as boys are prone to do. It really helps me sleep at night as a Papa.
Yeah, I've got no reason to suspect that my boy has been involved in any sort of chanting, but I did bring him into the detention office to be detained. Not to show you up. The microphone's awesome. I wish I thought of that. But no, I just sent him right in, even though he hadn't done anything wrong.
That's a great idea. He'll know where he doesn't want to go back to after that, right? So
yeah, that's right. In other news, the Fatherson refinery is reaching its last legs, with experts calling for the plant to be decommissioned. Mayor of Papa City, Padre Fatherlord, has said that he will not be dealing with the problem as he's sticking to his campaign promise to pass on the burden of the Fatherson refinery to future generations.
You know, you always worry politicians aren't going to stick to their guns, stick to their campaign promises, but Padre Fatherlord, he does it. And I mean, why decommission it when it's still technically
it hasn't
working?
Exploded, raining fire on anyone.
Exactly.
Look, what I said on the campaign trail was my serious commitment. I'm going to pass the work of dealing with the impacts of the Fatherson refinery onto future generations. I don't think it's going to be exploding or collapsing during the next 2.5 years.
Cool, that's a load off my mind. In other news, boys are sounding the alarm that the Papatin River has become tainted, although papas aren't seeing anything.
When I look at the river, I see this sort of weird color moving through it, and I told my dad, but he can't see anything.
It was first thought that the boys might legitimately be seeing a spill of some kind, and that they may have the power to see colors beneath Father's perceptions. However, the Minister for Chemicals in the Fatherson Regional Assembly has put those concerns to rest today.
There is no spill in the Papatin River. This is simply boys being boys, telling fanciful stories. This is about as real as an imaginary friend. This is just absolute boy bullshit, just absolute doo-doo talk.
Following this announcement, child psychologists have been telling fathers to get any of their sons seeing this spill in the river checked for villainy and subversion.
Oh, that is a chilling story. To think that children would be making something up like that en masse just to mess with the proud and noble papas. That doesn't sit right with me. I'm just a newscaster, and, I'm not here to editorialize, but I think those kids should be locked up.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm taking my boy to the river today just to make sure he doesn't see anything.
Right, you're going to point where the spill is alleged to be. You're going to ask him if he sees anything, and if he says that he sees something, then you'll punish him.
You got it.
Papa, we really need to open the window. Are you listening to me?
Sorry, what?
We need to open the window.
You want a cigarette?
No.
Come on, why don't you live a little, non-smoking boy?
It's right there in the name. I'm non-smoking boy. I just want to breathe clean air, Papa, please. I want to talk to you about something. It's important.
When I was a kid, I didn't get to have as much cigarettes as I want. You're lucky. And you're so entitled.
When you were a kid, did you have as much clean air as you wanted?
I can't remember. Who's thinking about that kind of thing?
Well, I mean, I've been thinking about it, Papa.
I think let's take our mind off this. We've been watching this doom and gloom, this boy media. This media is so biased towards boys these days.
You mean bias against boys, right?
No, bias towards boys, like in favor of boys. It's giving
Were you
them
listening
what
they were just saying? But never mind.
You almost never see spanking anymore. And how are the kids at home supposed to know what happens when you're bad if they're not seeing the wallop on the news? For me, it's not right. I mean, no wonder they're chanting ominous chants. No one's walloping them. Right, boy?
No, they did wallop in the detention centers.
Do you want to smoke?
I don't want to smoke.
I
want to turn off the news.
Okay. Let's just calm down. I'm going to turn the channel. Let's watch something fun. I think Oafish Boy's on.
I don't want to watch Oafish.
Come on. You love Oafish Boy. He's just like you.
Papa, that's insulting.
All boys are inherently oafish. I hate to break it to you.
No, papas are oafish. They should have a show called Oafish Papa.
That is...
Smokes inside all day and...
Oh, please.
Keeps offering his son cigarettes.
He's a lovable... He means well, just like you, boy. Just watch. Do you want to smoke? I had to ask. We now return to, sure, he's oafish, but that's my boy.
All right, boy, time is up. The room better be spotless. I'm coming in.
Whoa, wait, Papa. I think the dog needs to be let out in the yard.
No, don't try to stop with me.
Shouldn't we do the laundry?
Boy, it looks beautiful. But what is this? Don't you know that Regulation 13B says to stack the blocks offset?
Papa, if I just had a little more time,
that they won't fall over from the stack.
I know, Papa. I was going to get around to it, but I just... I mean well, and I tried the best, but I'm a little oafish, Papa.
Oh, oafish boy. I mean, you did try your best. Okay, one last test to see if you're up to snuff here. I'm going to open this closet door.
Papa,
and just look inside the closet.
Papa, do you think this might be a good time for us to go down to the garage and look at the car?
No, don't try to distract.
Papa, I think the closet door looks good closed. And the room is really...
And open. Ah, boy, no.
Whoops. Oh, Papa,
Far
that's just
worse than
my...
anything I imagined.
Oh, Papa, that's just my food
Uh-huh.
garbage, my laundry, and...
It's disgusting, boy. Oh, it's disgusting.
I was gonna... It's just my food garbage and laundry,
Oh,
Papa.
fish boy. Meaning well won't get you out of this one.
Oh, but I mean so well, Papa. This episode of Sure He's Oafish, but That's My Boy is brought to you by Papa Lux Storage.
Hi. Are you getting older? Are you starting to think about your legacy, to have something to leave behind for your children? Something meaningful, something that matters, something that takes up a lot of physical space.
A storage locker is like a treasure box, a secret garden for future generations. Because the purpose of life is accumulation, personal accumulation. To get as many material things as possible gives depth and beauty to the human experience.
And really, what else is societal progress about if not having more stuff than the previous generations?
Absolutely.
Imagine if you had all the stuff your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpapa had,
Right.
before they even invented storage lockers.
It's any historian's dream.
But it's also, it gives the greater trajectory of Papa Boy history meaning.
So come on down to our storage lockers and accumulate more material things, because if you're successful, you have a lot of things. And if you have a lot of things, you need storage. If you don't have a storage locker, that's a sign you might not have very many material things, which means you're not successful.
And the more storage lockers you have, the less likely you are to be embarrassed next time all the papas are comparing storage locker numbers with each other by the water cooler.
Yeah, don't get caught with your pants down with a tiny, piddly little storage locker, barely full of any old boxes full of things. Get the biggest storage locker possible. Get multiple ones. It's all a sign of success.
Yeah, and people say we're going to run out of space for storage lockers, but I say they're not thinking vertically enough. We can go down under the ground. We could fill entire mountains with storage lockers.
And we can build storage up into the sky, into the sides of mountains, down underground. We can build it in the waterbeds of rivers and under the ocean.
I see this thing growing forever. I see
Absolutely.
each successive generation having more and more stuff. I'm hoping to turn the entire moon into a storage locker before I die. That's my personal dream.
And I know that was your father's dream as well.
It was my father's dream, and I'll pass it on to my son until we accomplish it. But
How does it feel to inherit such a formidable and incredible storage company? Papa Lux Storage, it was always my dream. I stored things here as a boy. I had a boy-sized storage locker, and then as I grew up, it's got a papa-sized locker. Were you born with that passion, or did you have to be sort of molded into it?
oh, I needed to be molded. I was a bit of an oafish boy myself, trying to follow the rules, but just couldn't connect the dots sometimes.
Well, that's
and
even
was-
more impressive that you overcame that oafishness to achieve what
absolutely.
you have.
Well, I owe it all to my papa and to his discipline of me.
Well, right, we owe everything to all of our papas going all the way back.
It's Papa Lux Storage Lockers, the official storage locker of the Papa Ball Championship.
Yeah, they store their papa balls in here, their papa bats,
Old Papa Ball nets, old deflated Papa Balls.
and we take great care of it.
Yeah, they chose us for a reason, and that reason is we're deluxe Papa Lux storage.
Thank you.
And now, a message from our wonderful and perfect government.
Things have been changing around the Fatherson Protectorate lately. Under the Detention Act to protect civil liberties in light of boycott war crimes, life can get a little awkward. No one wants to admit that their boy is committing crimes, and to have him dragged away kicking and screaming in the middle of some sort of public event, interfering with family commitments, that's embarrassing. We get it.
But you don't need to worry. There's a few easy, simple steps that you can follow to make living under the Detention Act a lot smoother. Number 1, always obey Papa authorities. Number 2, always follow the Fatherson system. And number 3, get those boys checked, chipped, or chucked into a detention center. One of the 3.
And the Detention Act is going to look different for different papas and boys. For some people, it might be voluntarily bringing your boy into a detention center. For other people, it might be having your boy dragged kicking and screaming out of your family home in the night. It's going to be different for different people and can be a little confusing. So if you have any questions at all, please bring your boy to the local detention office for detainment, while we do our part to make sure that you fully understand what's going on.
The Fatherson Protectorate, bringing order and stability to these lands for the good of all Papa kind.
Hey, Papa, are you tired of the sounds of tank treads and boots marching through your once quiet neighborhood?
What's a papa gotta do to get a little quiet time over here? I'm trying to grill.
Do the wails and screams of boys being separated from their families at night interrupt your hard-earned grilling time?
Not again. I burned the meat. I didn't flip it in time. Those distracting shrieks.
With the Boy Detention Act, which we support, we're entering some tough times in history, and it's important to get self-care. What if I told you that there was an all-in-one device, a helmet that you can put over your head that will block everything else out and allow you to just focus on that grill?
You mean I won't see or hear anything other than that sweet grill? Sign me up.
It's called the Tune It Out and Grill from Fatherman. Using advanced digital sensors, we will block everything in your line of vision, in your line of smell, in your line of hearing, except for your grill and your grilling supplies.
Oh, this helmet's not bulky at all.
Finally, Papa can focus on grilling again, no matter what is going on in the outside world.
Now that's what I call Papa self-care. I finally feel like me again.
Papas all across our great nation are rediscovering themselves through the Tune It Out and Grill. Who would you be if the world wasn't weighing down on you? By Fatherman. Fatherman!
The Papa Public Broadcasting Service is funded by concerned children's advertisers, viewers like you, and Frontier Tobacco.
Things change awful fast these days, but the one thing that I can always count on is my tobacco pipe. Just like my grandfather before me, just like my whole family history. Smoking, sitting, watching the world go by. And I sit out here on my front porch looking out at my old-timey fields, wearing cowboy boots and a little hat. I just reflect on how grateful that there's one thing these boys couldn't take from us, and that's a tobacco pipe.
Frontier Tobacco. And remember, folks, always open your window when chain smoking inside the living room so that you can keep smoking Frontier Tobacco for many years to come.
See, Papa, see? I told
They have
you.
to say that.
No, it's not good for you. You're ruining the house. It's my inheritance.
Well, always about the inheritance with you. So entitled. You know, back in my day, TV wouldn't be putting that kind of ideas in boys' heads. In my own living room, under my own roof. TV is supposed to be about papas.
That whole ad was about papas and tobacco.
World's changing, boy. Don't like it.
It's just... Don't you care about if you're hurting other people? Like, you're hurting me. And you're hurting yourself. Just don't you think it's kind of short-sighted, Papa? What you're doing right now?
You want one?
No.
I had to ask. I really
You
did.
don't have to ask. I have
I
a
want to be
question.
generous.
I need
I was
to ask.
raised to be generous.
I was trying to ask
Or if
you
you
a
don't know-
question when you turned the TV on in the first
I was
place.
raised to be generous, and now my son is entitled.
And now you're saying that you don't like what's on the TV. So let's turn it off, and I'll ask you this big question I have. It's really important. I want to talk to you.
Oh my God, yawn.
Isn't talking to your son better than the crap on TV?
No, I want to spend time with my son, both oriented towards the same linear feed of images and audio. I want to consume that side by side with my boy.
One of these days you're going to fall asleep with a cigarette in your mouth and burn down the whole house. I'll have nothing.
That entitlement again, my God. This is the kind of crap you're picking up from the TV. If I fall asleep with a cigarette in my mouth and I let fire to the house and the whole house burns down and you don't get anything, time to roll up your sleeves. Time to work like your grandfather did.
Not like you, though.
I worked hard. I have worked
You
hard.
inherited a house, though.
Well, so will you.
So were you entitled?
Are you complaining? You're complaining that you're going to inherit a house? If inheriting a house was so bad for me, I'll keep it.
No, I'm
Thanks
complaining.
for letting me know.
I'll complain. You can't.
Us
keep
people
it.
who inherited houses got the message loud and clear of what you're saying about us. Saying we didn't work hard for it.
I'm
Fuck
angry
you.
that you won't turn off the TV for a minute so that we can talk about something. I want to talk to you
The
about.
news is starting. Here, do you want a cigarette?
We would just watch the news.
There's more news. The news happens 24 hours a day, boy. News is cumulative.
Okay, one more news segment and then we can talk.
I promise you we will talk as soon as this is over. But whatever you want to talk about, my ear is yours. Please, the news is on.
Here at World Patriarch News, we're expanding our operations, building for a better future. And what really powers World Patriarch News and the whole Papa TV family is steamrolling across acres and acres of pristine forest. That expansion allows us to power all of our satellites to get more channels and more content directly into the eyes and ears of viewers like you. Expanding and growing indefinitely. That's the Papa TV World Patriarch News promise.
Papa, if it keeps on expanding across more and more pristine forests, what happens when there's no forests left?
Oh, if your boy is asking questions like this, he may be a liability to the Father-Son Protectorate and to your family's good name under the Boy Detention Act. Please call the Boy Patrol hotline immediately and have your boy detained under suspicion of villainy and subversion if he asks any questions like this.
Stop handcuffing me. What, you're not going to give me an answer? I'm actually his son. I'm actually the son of the guy who's in this ad. They're really taking me away.
Now stop your complaining, boy, and they'll go easier on you.
Boys ought to have rights.
Alright, get him out of here with you. Talk like that, I'm proud to have my boy arrested on TV. Shows what a principled papa I am.
And now for a World Patriarch News television special. The battle at Father's Pass has raged on for a week and a half. Yesterday, the Father-Son Protectorate has suffered a humiliating defeat, with boy cult forces repelling Father Cult out of the control of the boy cult territories. A spokesman for Papa Cult and the Father-Son military had this to say.
First of all, I want to say that this public disclosure of military secrets is brought to you by Father Quencher, a hydrating beverage. Out there on the battlefield, our forces weren't sufficiently hydrated. They were getting parched during fighting, and it allowed the insolent boys to defeat us. We needed to be drinking something like Father Quencher Tactical, which is an all-in-one Father's Health beverage containing electrolytes, protein, and an assortment of roots and chemicals. So, Papa Cult and the Father-Son Protectorate military, we may have made a tactical retreat, but we're stocking up on Father Quencher, getting hydrated, and we'll be striking again against Boy Cult with the finishing blow. It was a humiliating defeat, and frankly, it was caused by not drinking enough of the perfect and delicious Father Quencher. We're going to bounce back from this very quickly. And can I just add, as a broader note to all the papas out there, whether you're fighting in this war or not, if you want to avoid being humiliated in your day-to-day life, you should be drinking Father Quencher too, just like the forces out there, just like our dads on the front lines.
While the battle at Father's Pass is being seen as a humiliating defeat for the Father-Son Protectorate, many are also saying that this could be a strategic and public relations victory for Papa Father-Son. Joining me now is a group of panelists who are experts in this field. Thank you for joining me here today, everyone.
Well, thank you for having us. I couldn't agree more with what you just said. Papa Father-Son knows what he's doing. These barbarian boys now, they're full on themselves. They think they've got us cornered. But I believe that Papa Father-Son is offering them a poison pill. This certainly was a public humiliating loss. In the end, it will be a tactical humiliating victory.
I agree. Tactical, humiliating victory. That's exactly right. The boys can only live off of the largesse of our productive society for so long. Through this fight, we've pushed them out of boy cult controlled territories and into the hills. As far as I'm concerned, that's the only victory any of us should have expected in the first place. Now, Fatherson's put the ball in their court.
I have to disagree. This is pure humiliating. It's not a win. They killed 45,000 papas. And there's only 15,000 boys in the entire compound. That's 3 papas per boy killed.
I mean, is that really humiliating, or is that just what Father Quencher wants us to... Is that the discourse? And no, don't get me wrong, I love Father Quencher too. I'm actually sponsored by them, in fact. I have to bring this up on the panel at some point. You know, in my opinion, Father Quencher puts perfect in delicious. But... they're really the ones who want this to be seen as a humiliating defeat. You know, we can talk about 5,000, 45,000, whatever. No one cares.
Those are Papa's lives you're talking about.
On both sides. But what I'm saying is, like, let's put on our critical thinking goggles. I think it's really Father Quencher, the product, that is trying to spin this as humiliating so they can try to sell their product. And it's a good product. I drink it myself. I'm drinking it right now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. A tactical victory. I mean, if you want any more proof of that, just look at what boy cult's internal media is saying to their side. As we know, boys always lie. So if they're saying they were defeated, then we must have been defeated. And they're saying it was a tactical victory for their side, so it must have been a tactical victory for our side.
No, I think I'm just gonna have to disagree with you there. I think the boys are actually right. I think that we did beat them, and that this was a rare moment of the boys telling the truth for once.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Well, you're seeing, in my opinion, you're seeing it right now, and you're not believing it.
You need to get your eyes checked.
Well, here's what's important to remember here. The boys, they're not just weak and pitiful and disgusting. They're also paradoxically all-powerfully strong. So I think anything could have happened at Father's Pass. A thought-provoking debate indeed. I guess what we can all agree on is that the Fatherson Protectorate has to return with a show of strength.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Answer to every question.
Nailed it. We expect they'll be doing that in the coming days. Earlier today, Papa Fatherson hosted his first press conference since the battle at Father's Pass.
Hello, everyone. I know I'm not Papa Fatherson. I'm actually a publicist for the Fatherson organization, and Papa Fatherson sent me out here today to hold this press conference on his behalf and to just tell you all that Papa Fatherson is resting right now. He's planning for our next move, and that everyone should remain calm. Boy cult is going to be brought to heel shortly, and the Fatherson system works. That's the message that he wanted to get out here in these trying times. And he wanted me to emphasize that he wanted to be here himself to tell you all this, but he just couldn't. Anyone here who's ever been in a weeks-long battle knows it takes a lot out of you, and even a Papa as strong as Papa Fatherson needs a little bit of Papa self-care. So that's what he's doing now. But even then, even as he's resting, the wheels are turning and the next moves are being formulated. So please don't worry. A man that great can't truly rest without also doing some work inside his head. And he said that if things go well, he'll be making another statement tonight in person because he doesn't want anyone to worry. So that hopefully is coming later tonight. We'll update you all on that.
A landmark decision from the High Council of Elders today, which has ruled 6-3 in favor of sweeping provisions in the Detention Act, also known as the Act to Preserve Civil Liberties in Light of the Boy Cult War Crimes. This act empowers Fatherson society to compel boys into the military and make them fight against boy cult.
Well, if they got Papa soldiers on their side, I say we have boy soldiers on our side. I support the decision of the Council of Elders.
No, I think I'm going to have to agree with some of the oldest people in our society making this decision.
Yeah, age equals wisdom. Absolutely the right thing to do to give the oldest people in our society the most political power.
I mean, technically speaking, not a lot of people know this. They think we live in a fatherocracy. But technically speaking, by the letter of the law, we live in a constitutional gerontocracy. Different.
In other news, sticker shock has come to Father Society as many are feeling the pinch at the prices.
The prices are too high. They used to be much lower. I remember them being much lower before.
No, you're not hallucinating. They were lower. They were much lower.
I saw some incredibly low prices just a few weeks ago.
We want lower prices. We want lower prices. Put them back how they used to be.
Value.
Deep data analysis of legally intercepted phone calls and text messages shows that among papas, 22% more time was dedicated to speaking about prices this year than last year. Experts are saying that prices are, for the 5th year in a row, the top of mind issue for your average papa.
This Wartime Update is brought to you by Paradise Papa's Cruise, Resort, Casino, and Wet Grid. Your boy is growing up. You've been collecting memories to treasure for a lifetime. And life isn't about material things. Your boy has a lot to thank you for. So I'm just gonna say it. Why not come on down to our Paradise Papa's facility and gamble your children's inheritance away?
The world is going to shit. It's their problem now.
They don't know anything about hard work, and you deserve a break. Gamble and spend their inheritance at Paradise Papa's Cruise, Resort, Casino, and Wet Grid. We will commission things from non-renewable raw materials to ensure that your stay is a comfortable success.
Papa, is that enough news now? We watched the news?
Oh yeah, I think my crime show's on.
No,
Papa's
You
investigating
promised
boys, criminals.
you promised after the news that we would.
Boy, it's procedurally done. They move step by step through the steps of solving a crime, but they don't always get the guy. That's one of the twists. I love that.
Right, but Papa,
Sometimes
I'm your
prick
son and I
walks.
have something important that I'm trying to say to you.
Do you want a cigarette?
And you promised that you would listen. I don't want a cigarette. And I just really need you to listen to me, right? It feels like I'm not even here inside your head, or you just want me to sit by you and watch your shows, but you don't care about what I'm trying to say. That I'm trying to connect with you. I want you to see me and what I'm saying, and not just have me around as like your little boy that you're showing all your shows to and who's just doing your things with you, but that I'm my own person and you're listening to what I have to say, you see?
I saw this brand new car, 15 grand. You could easily get 45 grand for this. If you bought it, put on a new coat of paint, you could flip it.
Please. Did you hear anything I said?
Yeah, of course, boy. Do you want one?
No.
The prices are...
I need you to listen to me. I'm
No, I
talking
know,
to
but
you.
listen to me, boy. I'm saying the prices are much higher than they used to be.
I know, Papa.
You get that through your head?
Time's gonna run out, Papa. You're not gonna be around forever, and you're gonna regret
I'm really happy to talk about whatever you want, whenever you want.
right now.
You got all the time in the world. Oh, no, maybe not now, but soon. There's a lot of time to get into whatever you want to get into. Oh, hello?
Hi, is this Smoking Papa?
Yes?
Hi, I'm calling from the hospital. Are you sitting down? How are you feeling right now? You want me to just lay it on you?
Yeah, lay it on me.
You are dying of lung cancer, advanced lung cancer, very quickly. You should probably come on down to the hospital. We'll try to salvage what time left we can.
Why are you so happy?
Well, I try to keep happy. It's a difficult job sometimes, so, I just like to stay cheerful, but also, particularly, I'm happy about this because we're running a study right now trying to prove that smoking causes lung cancer, especially if the windows are closed. And based on the information we collected from you last time, it's proving my thesis right. Maybe it's a little bit selfish, but, I can't help but smile every time this happens.
No, I'm happy for you. I really...
Yeah, and I'm
Honestly,
sorry for you,
I know, I really am happy for you. That's how progress and science move forward, right?
Yeah,
Hypothesis
that's
is,
what I say. A lot of papas, they don't like it. They say, no, tobacco smoke, it's our pipes, it can't possibly cause cancer. Those studies are lies. You're infringing on our way of life. And I'm just saying, science is our way of life. Maybe it'll lead to the development of new tobacco that doesn't cause cancer.
Well, that's a beautiful dream. Thanks for calling.
Do you want us to send an ambulance? You'll drive yourself? Or are you obstinately staying out of the hospital? What should we expect?
I'll either drive by myself or I'll obstinately stay out of the hospital. gonna come to a final decision soon.
Both valid choices. Just let us know.
Oh, Papa, you're awake. You're awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't want to gloat or anything, but it's kind of right about the cigarettes and you're on your deathbed. I was wondering if you had a minute, we could talk.
Oh, later. I've got a bit of a stomach ache, and my show is about to start. It's a new game show where papas and boys race each other, and it's pretty good.
Right, but Papa, there's not going to be much time left, and I mean...
I know. And there's so many new shows coming out.
I mean, I'm just, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I'm turning the TV off because you can't reach the controller.
No fair.
You don't have the strength anymore.
Oh, you're gonna use my frailty against me?
Papa, just before you go, I need to know, why...
Oh, here it comes.
Why did you do this? Your generation and you personally, why did you bring me into this world if you were just gonna participate in killing it off? It feels like you just gave up a long time ago on yourself, on the planet, on anything getting better. You always talk about how hard your papa had it, how that it made things better, but you just made things worse.
I had it hard too. It's always been hard. You get what you get, and you don't complain.
But did you have it that hard? I mean, your papa's generation fought wars, but you just inherited houses and destroyed the environment.
You a war glorifier now?
No,
Sorry, I
I'm
didn't
just
fight
saying
enough
wars
war?
are hard.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, working all the time
Too
is
bad I
hard,
didn't
but
fight
at
a
least you
war.
got good pay for it.
I think you'll understand when you're older.
I'll understand why you set the world on fire when I'm older.
I didn't set the world on fire.
You set your lungs on fire and kind of the world.
That's a reach. Back in the day, you could get a hot dog for 10 cents. You don't see prices like that today.
They should do a special day where if you can remember a price from an earlier time, they give you that price to respect the elders. It would just be a way to say thanks for all the work over the years, building this incredible society.
If I wasn't so used to you ignoring what I'm saying and changing the subject, even before all this happened, I would have said it was like you're dying, your brain's going, but this is just how you are. I know that you never listen to me. You never answer what I say.
Oh, that's a nice thing to say. Your brain's dying.
Oh, that? You heard that? But you
heard
didn't hear
everything.
anything I said before that? Whatever happened to listen to the boy? Wasn't that the foundation of the Fatherson system at the start?
That's not been my experience. Okay, look. I'm dying right now. I can't answer these heavy questions when I'm dying. Why didn't you bring this up sooner?
Papa, I tried.
You should have, first of all, should have brought it up sooner. Huge mess
It
up
was
on
kind of
your
hard from when you were smoking and not listening to me. Or before that, you kept wearing your grill helmet so that you couldn't...
Sometimes I need to focus on the grill. Look, the point is, boy, the answer to your question exists. I myself faced similar questions as a young man. I posed those questions to my father, your grandfather, the man who fought in the Papa's War. Only thing you care
I
about.
wish I hadn't brought up that war. This doesn't make me think better of him.
My point is that I spoke to grandfather about this. We had a meaningful, deep conversation about it. I really felt like we connected, and he saw and heard me in a real way.
Oh, must be nice.
It was. And at the end of it, he wrote a letter that summarized the conclusions we came to together when we had that kinship, and it contained basically the answers to all these existential questions that you're bringing forward to me.
Can you tell me what was in the
I
letter?
really wish I could, but I'm actually dying, and I wish you brought
Okay,
it up
well, can you
sooner.
tell me where the letter is?
If I remember, you'll be the first to know, but I can actually feel myself dying now. Sorry.
Oh, no, yeah, the machines are going wild.
I wish you brought this up sooner, but
Hi, Papa, I tried.
how many times did you lecture me about my smoking? Instead, you could have brought it up then once.
I was trying to lead into it because
The
they're
Father-
related.
The Father in the sky works in mysterious ways, because I'm dying right now.
All this time that you've been talking about my failings, you could have just told me where the letter is.
Well, wait, then if you didn't hear your failings, how are you going to improve
Or
after...
told me what's in the letter. Or
Well,
if it was so comforting to you, you'd think you'd have passed that wisdom
how
on
many
down to
letters
me.
do you have
committed to memory.
Well, you haven't sent me any letters.
Well, goodbye, son.
Goodbye, Papa.
It's nice to watch TV with you. Thanks for making that time for me.
It's my worst memory of you, and my main memory of you.
I'm just saying, if you're worried I got what I wanted out of this relationship, I'm leaving this world satisfied.
It's me, Bing Bong the palliative clown, here to tell jokes. Honk honk. Well, I think that laughter's the best palliative medicine. How many boys does it take to screw in a light bulb? 2. One to screw in the light bulb, and the other one to track mud all across the carpet. Honk honk.
Yeah, I'm sorry, kid. I had a tough relationship with my papa, too, so I guess I'll just leave you to your sort of complex morning and go tell jokes to other people, so.
He came into my office about 4 feet tall. Couldn't have been older than 11. His ruby red suspenders matched his spinny hat, all stained with cigarette smoke. He came at the worst goddamn time. A headache on top of a headache. I'd been on and off the phone all day with the boy detention office, trying to wrestle my son out of their bureaucratic nightmares. He was making my skin crawl and I almost snapped at the little bastard, but he told me everything. Dead dad, sad story, cancer. Felt bad for the kid. Apparently there's some kind of letter. He was looking for closure, but I didn't think I could give it to him.
Look, Detective Papa, I need your help with this. This letter is everything to me. You don't understand. I've had one question I wanted answers to, and my papa said those answers are in that letter, and that's the last thing my papa ever said to me. I'm never gonna give up until I find it. This is an all-consuming mission for me from now on.
I'm sorry, kid, I don't think I have the time right now. That's tough, but I'm dealing with my own problems. Government took my boy.
Look, things are rough all over, but if you don't help me with this, there's a good chance I'm gonna go out there and, I don't know, I might even do something, I might even hurt myself by accident.
Whoa,
as
geez.
like a child.
Whoa, come on.
You know, I never used to be that way. I was always, I mean, maybe not a good boy, but a pretty good boy, but losing a papa, it changes you.
Yeah, I know what that's like. You know what, kid, maybe I can make a little time, but I gotta warn you, you're not at the top of my list. There's a lot going on right now in the world, and I'm dealing with my own problems. I got a stack of cases to solve from here to my ass.
Oh, you'll help? Really? Okay, well, here's the folders. I have the places I've already searched, information I've compiled, places my papa goes to. You can look through that. That's all in order. That's great. You know, Detective Papa, you're the best.
Thanks, kid. Hey, what's your name?
Non-smoking boy.
I gotta say, non-smoking boy, looking through these files, this isn't half bad.
Oh, thank you.
What are you doing these days? I got a big case I need to solve, and my junior detective's been captured by the government.
Oh, yeah. No, I was chipped, so I didn't have to go.
Well, if you got a little while, I'm guessing you don't have a lot of money. If you could pay off your case if you help me solve this small sergeant assassin.
Oh, yeah, some child labor at the detective's office? That sounds great. The only thing I have planned for today was I was gonna watch Boy Fatherson's surgery on TV.
Oh, shit, yeah, what is... That's gotta be almost on.
What time is it? Oh, shit, it's about to start.
Let me turn that on. I've been waiting for this, too.
Yeah, it's the ultimate test of the Fatherson system.
Can you believe it? 1,000 surgeries on 1,000 babies in 60 minutes.
Is this thing on? Yeah. Okay, everyone, hey, it's me again, from the communications department of Fatherson International, here to just give an update. I know Papa Fatherson was scheduled to introduce Boy's fantastic set of surgeries he's going to be doing today. Boy Fatherson has been studiously working towards this day for months, so I know we're all looking forward to it. But Papa Fatherson unfortunately couldn't be here today. He came down with a really bad flu. He's just, and he wanted to come anyway, but his voice is just so hoarse. The doctor said, no, that throat is too sore. You can't talk right now. But he's still issuing commands by typing things back at Fatherson International, obviously. But he just couldn't be here today to make his first public appearance since the battle. He really wanted to, but he couldn't. But enough about that. Today is not just about Papa Fatherson. It's also about his son, Boy Fatherson, who is, I think, just about ready to start the surgeries. Are you ready, boy? Oh yeah, he's over there. He's giving a thumbs up. Okay, let's begin.
Boy Fatherson, decked out in a little surgeon's outfit, walked out on the podium surrounded by 1,000 babies, the heir to the Fatherson throne and the greatest boy surgeon ever known. He waved to the crowd, grabbed the scalpel. It took 3 seconds for the feed to cut off after the flash of the assassin's bullet. Little boy Fatherson was trying to catch the eyes of the nation. Instead, he caught a bullet on live TV. A jet of crimson splattering across rows and rows of babies awaiting their turn under the surgeon's knife. By the time his body hit the ground, I knew the world would never be the same. A good detective always keeps possibilities open, and I don't like to jump to conclusions. But something smells fishy, because there's no way in hell that any boy could do 1,000 surgeries on 1,000 babies in 60 minutes. I wasn't born yesterday. I've got to keep possibilities open, but in this moment, the question on my mind is, would Papa Fatherson kill his own son to protect the system and his place in it?
Welcome back to the season premiere. What will Papa and Boy do next?
I think the big question on everyone's mind, looking at the feeds today at the end of this episode, is what is going on with the Papason refinery? Is it going to explode? Is it going to collapse? Is it going to spill into the river? What is going on with that refinery? And is it going to be dealt with?
Were those experts who said that it wasn't going to explode in the next 2 years right? Or is this something he should have dealt with? I don't know. I think the experts were right, and this is something rightly that the next generation of boys will look after. But yeah,
they're so inspiring.
You know, I'm still in a system works camp. I can't help it. I think the Fatherson system works.
Wait, you've watched the show this long. You've listened to this many radio shows in the Papa Fatherson universe, and you think that this system works?
Yeah, Boy Fatherson was about to do 1,000 surgeries on 1,000 babies in 60 minutes.
No.
You think he would have been able to do that if the Fatherson system didn't work?
I disagree with you entirely on this, but I respect and admire your commitment to your values, and the way that you interpret this program, I think, reflects a creative instinct, and that's one of the reasons I like hosting this.
That's bullshit. This is bullshit. Tell me your real opinion. It's not placate your co-host hour. Come on, give me the deets.
I personally think that the system is failing both papas and boys left and right in every episode through multiplicity of ways, like a kaleidoscope of shame and terror.
Okay, yeah. I guess we'll just never agree.
So what do you think's going to happen next?
I have no idea. If I could guess what they were going to do next, I'd be writing for them rather than hosting this show with you.
Yeah, that's a great point. I also find myself in this just utterly shocked, even just going about my business at a grocery store or whatever, or picking up my kids from the pool or something like that, and I'll just suddenly be like, oh my God, what are Papa and Boy going to do next? It takes over, and sometimes I miss appointments or I'm slightly late for appointments. This is so deeply felt inside of me, this uncertainty and openness about what Papa and Boy could do next, that sticks with me between episodes and follows me in my day-to-day life.
Yeah, no, and it really shows in your performance on the show. I think that's why you make such a great co-host, because you can tell that you care.
No, it comes to me naturally. It does. A genuine wonder about what is going to happen next on this audio show. It dominates my life. It's both a blessing and a curse. Hello and welcome back to What Will Papa and Boy Do Next? That was a great wrap-up talking after the show thing. That was just great, I gotta say.
You know, I didn't think it was their best work. I felt it was a weak opening to the season for What Will Papa and Boy Do Next. Low energy, they seemed focused on the wrong things. It was a mess structurally, honestly.
I don't know, as someone who really likes to talk about these things and chew them over after watching a really stirring yarn. They really hit the notes for me. I think are both necessary and sufficient. So together they hit a cumulative whole, which is more than the sum of its parts. And I say that as a massive 24/7 obsessed with it fan with after show commentaries. Often I'll just watch an after show commentary panel show. You're sort of like talking about the show that some networks do. I'll just watch those directly. I love it.
Oh yeah, no, me too. You get the gist of it, and a lot of times you don't even have to watch the original thing. So it saves you a lot of time from watching both.
Yeah, I know there's a huge amount of people who actually just listen to What Will Papa and Boy Do Next to hear what's going on and What Will Papa and Boy Do Next without having to actually trudge through it.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. It works on every meta level, and I respect your difference of opinion. That's why we're here. But to me, the whole was actually less than the sum of its parts because the pieces it was missing were so crucial.
I thought it was perfect. I thought it was perfect and beautiful and touching, and they opened up about themselves. And
well, art is subjective.
I don't think art is subjective. I think it's actually objective, and that after show commentary show was objectively perfect and beautiful.
Well, that's an objectively stupid thing to say.
It's a horrible thing to say to someone, especially a co-host. And in front of the cameras, my goodness. Are you going to take that back? Can I expect an apology?
I get emotional about the issue of art being subjective.
Right, so then you start denigrating the people around you?
Yes, it wasn't the best way to express my point. And for that, I'm sorry, but I won't back down on this. Art is subjective.
Art is not subjective. And there can be such a thing as perfect art, and we've witnessed it tonight.
I don't know if we'll ever
I don't deserve to be
this.
attacked. You can disagree with that. That's
okay,
one thing.
I'm trying to smooth things over and move on.
Right. Yeah, I'll stab you and then just apologize, and then hopefully everything's okay.
You stabbed me.
In what sense did I possibly stab you? I've been nothing but cordial.
This whole thing has been you making a big deal out of nothing. Can we read the ad for the network now, or are you done?
I'd be delighted to talk about our network because that's one thing that we always agree on.
Absolutely. Our network, amazing. Thank you so much to the Seriously Wrong podcast. Let's pop in the tape. We have a sponsored message from them.
Hello. Hi, everybody. It's Sean and Aaron from Seriously Wrong.
We're here.
Hey, if you like Papa and Boy on the radio, why not consider chipping into our Patreon fund, which we use to produce Seriously Wrong podcast, Papa and Boy, and What Will Papa and Boy Do Next? With funding for What Will Papa and Boy Do Next, provided by an anonymous donor.
Yep, rest assured, the agenda of What Will Papa and Boy Do Next is in line with the network. The anonymous donor has no say over the opinions given on What Will Papa and Boy Do Next.
Right, and even if they did, and they don't, but even if they did, it would only be over What Will Papa and Boy Do Next in specific.
Right.
But we've ensured no bias.
No bias on any of the shows on our network. Papa and Boy, Seriously Wrong, the podcast. Those shows do have biases, but they're only our biases. Sean and Aaron's bias. We try to be unbiased, but we don't claim to be unbiased because that would be unreasonable. So our shows do have bias, but we try to minimize it.
Really it helps a tremendous amount, and we really appreciate it. Donate any amount, you'll get access to episodes early. And if you donate $6 a month or more, you get bonus episodes. And there's other great news on the Papa and Boy front, which is that the cartoon show that we made with Means TV, a worker-owned streaming service.
That's right. It's a TV show, a video show, cartoon that is set in the same universe as this Papa and Boy radio show, but hundreds of years in the future.
It's a family show. It's something you can watch with your kiddos.
Yeah, for the most part.
Right, you need some reasonable commentary on some.
There might be some big words they don't understand, but there's nothing.
You're going to have to talk to them about what they're watching. But that being said, I think it's a solid PG.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is what PG means in the first place. Parental guidance suggested. But yeah, so Papa and Boy is coming out this summer on Means TV, and they just also got a documentary about Ursula K. Le Guin up. Also a cool thing to check out, for example.
Yeah, it's pay what you can, and the Papa and Boy cartoon show will be on there later this summer.
Yeah, really, thanks to everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed Papa and Boy for the television special. which was actually a radio show.
About a television, or at least centered around a television for much of it.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for donating. Thank you for telling your friends. We are really, really grateful for the support. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, bye. Everyone's saying bye and like a rainbow over the top and stuff. And like Trash Puppet pops his head out of the trash can and he's waving bye and stuff. It's panning out.
Yeah, there's all these papas and boys.
That's what every episode of Seriously Wrong ends like.
Bye.
It's mostly silent, but it's happening. Papa and boy.